Hi, my name is Nathan Silva, and this is the final project for Game 218 Scripting for Designers. What I decided to do with this game was I wanted to make some type of horror. So, what I did was make this in a little remote mountain campsite where you have to find out what is happening around. As you can see, I decided to add some of the triggers in the very beginning just because they fit very well and just trying to spook the player as quickly as possible. And then as you progress, it slowly digresses as well, and all the little trigger boxes just become in a little small area. As well as making this area, I decided to make a little smaller area for parts of the project that I felt seemed to need to be on its own and be even worse. So, as I'll explain all these triggers, keep in mind that these are all what I felt best suited the game rather than what everyone was telling me. So the first trigger right here is the flickering lights. You'll see this light over here. It's going to start flickering as you pass over it. And I also have a little bit of a matinee as well for the lights. This is the car horn trigger. I have the car horn to be set around over here. Excuse me. I have the car horn to be set over here. So when you play over it, you'll hear that car horn sound over there. This is the activate physics. So as you can see, there's a little tree up in the air. It's a little odd just to see it like that, but if you're playing normally, you sometimes you're not completely aware of your surroundings above you, so this will catch many people by surprise. We got the toggle physics to happen here into the little campsite, so a fire will come on and off every time you pass through that trigger. This one is the cutscene, the little matinee where it zooms in and zooms in into the house. This one right here is is one of the checkpoints I decided to keep, and then also right here is another one. And lastly, the last checkpoint is right here. Now, I made a trigger for opening the door, and I had the matinee to show you right here. I also have words to toggle what to do when you get there. So if you don't have no idea what button to press, there's a button right here to press. As well as I decided to make this for taunting purposes, such as oh, if you do this, something bad will happen, and most of the time it'll make the player consider, oh, what's gonna happen. So right here I have my moving bookcase, and behind it I have the security camera right here. So you're able to toggle through all the different types of cameras that are set around the whole map. This little area right here I made into the character swap, so the possession, which is over on the other side of the mountains. I have it over here with this little fireplace to simulate kind of like a memory, so people can like reminisce and just like look back and be like, oh, what happened here, and then it will automatically spawn you over here where the other character is currently residing behind a closed door. And then over here I also made another door, but this one is a little different because once you open this door, I have it set to destroy this actor, so the AI will be able to roam around. And here are some of the places the AI is actually able to roam around in the map. Give you a little second to look at that. Here's the nav mesh data, so where the knock volumes at. So every time you press E onto that, you show that you're knocking in that area. One of the cameras for the security camera is facing above the AI, so it looks like he's just standing there menacingly for you to see where you can go. I also got spikes in here as well. One thing I decided to do as a little challenge is when you run up here, you're going to get hit by spikes, and if you do, you take about 50 to 100 damage a piece. Let me show you the code for that. With that, I decided to do a little bit of damage every once in a while, so about 50 to 100. And when I did, I made a little challenge to show that you have to make it in the middle of the center and just press E, and then you'll be teleported back into the person in first person. Here's some of the coding I did for the level blueprint. So here's the car horn. Here's the bookshelf to open it. The release the beast, which is releasing the AI. Opening the door for the first door at the house, and then the light for the house for the trigger. So turning on and off the light. Let me show you the knock volume. So with the knock volume, I have on begin play, the disable input, and then also enable it. The print string, so we can always make sure that if we're in it, we can make sure it knocks, and then the target location. Let me show you the cutscene and what I had to do as well. For the cutscene, all I had to do was something very simple, which was on the begin overlap to do once and then play the matinee actor. And which matinee was? It was the character or the cutscene. With the checkpoints, I just became to cast a third person character and set it the spawn point. So when you crossed over, I manually recorded. Excuse me. I manually recorded it and to make it zoom into the screen or to the door. For the light, oops, I already showed you the light, my bad. But for the button, there's a little button right here that you press, and once you press it, it opens it moves the bookshelf to the right, and you're able to check the camera. And for the camera change, I had to disable the actor and enable it as well, and on E press I'm able to toggle which camera I can show. With that in mind, you're able to look at the 3 cameras all around the map. Some places are a little hard to see at times just because how the sky looks itself. It looks a little it's sometimes bad lighting. I also have like this little area for like the water, so it looks nice. I added some trees last minute to make it seem not so plain. One addition I decided to do was add cars to it to make it seem more like a realistic campsite. With that, at first I decided to add the light right here, this light, onto the car, but instead it was really bright, and no matter how low you put it down, it seems to like toggle your visibility. So what I wanted to do was just to show all this, and I will show you gameplay right now.